Nobody should be under pressure when it comes to making a decision about the place to live. My emphasis is always about information, especially when a man is going with his entire family. You have to find out about the city, find out about the country, find out about so many things that are necessary to or essential, to the comfort of your family. My name is Tulu Aladesomi, and this is Relocating right on YouTube. I want to encourage you to subscribe to this channel so that you can get notifications and all that information that you need. From time to time, you get the opportunity to ask questions, and then you also get the opportunity to have some of those little details that will be most helpful to you on this trip. Let's go on this journey. Hello, everybody. It's a good evening from Nigeria, and this is Relocating Right. Yeah. First of all, let me say thank you to everyone who's subscribed. Let me say thank you to everyone who's watched, who's referred this channel to people. I mean, it's been an amazing journey from the beginning, from the time that we started the program, even up until now. Just so grateful to God for the privilege of being a blessing. Okay, so this is Relocating Right, and guess what? We're just about helping people with the right information, especially with regards to traveling, making the proper plans, having information about the system, about the country itself, about different things. And oftentimes I get responses from people. The feedback has been amazing. People saying thank you. I mean, the other day I was in the markets, the local market. Come to think of it, and somebody was saying to me, hello, thank you so much. I've seen the videos, they've been helpful. Sometimes I get calls, text messages, on social media and all of that. Just so grateful to God for that. But I want to say today that if you're watching, please refer more people to these videos. I mean, we know what's happening right now. That's the truth. We know that a lot of people are on their way out of the country, people relocating to the UK, to the US, to Canada, so many other countries, opening up Australia, Netherlands, and all the rest of them. But then it's not just about moving or jackpotting, like we say, but it's also about doing it right, which is why Relocating Right is there. And especially when it comes to families being involved, I am so particular about families, with children and all of that. You want to be sure that our kids are well settled, and even for you as parents, you don't want to be stressed. You want to be able to have a good life for yourselves too. This is why we are here. We're not by any means immigration experts, and so we do not lay claims to any of those official things, but we would help people with our experiences, my own experiences and the experiences of my guests that I'll bring onto the program just for them to be a blessing. And it's been an amazing journey. Thank God for all the guests who've been kind enough to share their personal experiences, with people, just so that other people can learn from them, learn from their mistakes, learn from their success stories, so that at the end of the day, what should have taken you 3 years can take 3 months. I'm sure you'd like that, right? So today we're going on another very interesting topic, and it's going to be so much fun. Already I feel it. And we're going to be talking about something really, really interesting. I'm excited to be bringing this precious woman of God to talk on this topic. I mean, she's going to be sharing her own personal experiences, and we're going to just get ready to laugh, right? Get ready to have a good time. And of course, get ready to be informed. If I were you, I'll just get my pen and my paper. One more thing you need to do. Have you subscribed? If you have not subscribed, I want to encourage you to please do that right away. And if you also need to invite your friends, if you need to let them know about it, let them come in now. In case you have questions, prepare to also send in your questions right there on YouTube, and my guest will be ready to answer your questions. All right, so let's dive straight in. I'd like to just invite my guest right now. Let's have my beautiful beautiful, lovely guest. Where are you?
Yeah.
Yay!
Eyes are pushing me.
I know. I'm so excited to have you on this
I
call,
know,
Luashi. Oh my goodness. This is so exciting for me.
yeah. And
Okay,
thank you
so
for
yeah,
having
let's
me.
just dive in. Just introduce yourself. Tell us,
Oh,
who is this beautiful woman that I'm looking right at
my eyes
now?
are pushing me.
Who
See the
is
accolades.
I know.
Thank you so much for having
Okay.
me here, Mama. As in, I really,
You're,
really do appreciate
you're
this.
welcome.
I don't take it for granted. I don't take it for familiarity. I really do appreciate the platform. And thank
Oh,
you for being such an immense blessing also to us, because I've also been watching the series that you've been hosting lately as regards settling in a foreign place when you relocate and all that. It's been amazing, the quality of information that
wow.
we've gleaned
Thank
for
God.
free. As such information doesn't come like that. It's such that you often have to pay to be enlightened. But for you to do
Yeah,
it on a
I know.
platform of generosity
Mm.
and all that, it's just a blessing. So God bless you, mommy. Thank you.
Amen. Thank you. Thank you so much for that. So tell me, or tell us, I know. So tell us, who is Oluwaseun Ademokun?
Oh my, that's a big gist. Oluwaseun Ademokun. I'm a woman of many passions. I'm a God chaser. I'm all about God. I'm all about Jesus. So sorry, no apologies for that. So first of all,
At all.
yeah.
Yeah.
So that's who I am. I'm married to Adesomi Ademokun, one of, as in, the most handsome man on earth.
Yay!
That it's
Oh,
disputable,
yeah.
but that's
Mhm.
that's I'm married to that wonderful man. I have 3 kids.
Okay.
I also happen to run a business, Tasty Dynamics and Treats. So I'm a baker. I'm also a wellness enthusiast. So I'm all about wellness, fitness. I believe so much in the scripture that says that I wish above all things that you prosper in health, even as your soul prospers. So even as much as
Mm.
I'm a God chaser, I'm a spiritual person, not just because I have a spirit, but I try to also live out the precepts of Christ. But I also believe in living this life to the best of it. I believe in looking good. I believe in the ethics of hygiene and personal grooming, because I believe that people see you before they see the God in you. So let them see you well so that they can believe
Yeah.
is. I also happen to have a forum called Dazzling Young Wives, a platform for
Okay.
women who are newly married, 0 to 5 years, trying to find their way in this institution called marriage, trying to, back
Yeah.
on the many new experiences that they have. I have a passion for such women as well. I sing, I believe that this life is meant to be lived. So live it to the best of life.
Yeah, I love that. Absolutely. Actually, I think that's one of the things that I mean, apart from so many other things, so many other reasons, this is one reason that I really love you. I like that for you, this life has to be lived well. And I also like that you have fun in all that you do. I mean, you're enjoying every single moment,
Absolutely.
of the things that you're doing. So I think that that's really, really an awesome one. Okay, Oluwaseun, thank you so much for coming and for accepting to share your story. So,
My
Sean,
pleasure.
what country are you in, and why did you guys decide for this country in the midst of the so many countries that could have opened up to you guys?
Okay, so currently my family is in British Columbia, Canada. That's
I
where
like currently. I like currently. Does that
yeah,
mean that one
currently.
of these days,
Oh
if God
my,
says pack again and go to Australia?
we move, absolutely anywhere the spirit leads us. And like you said, this
Okay,
world is to be enjoyed. So if it's Paris, I'm moving, as in I'm going.
come on.
Yeah, there are many places to
Let's
see.
go there.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so
Okay.
we are at Canada, and you asked why Canada.
Yeah.
Um, for a long time now, we believe that God put a passion for this country in our hearts. Before we even knew that there was an assignment for us to do here, we just sensed that the Holy Spirit was leading us here. We couldn't tell for a period of time. We kept praying because to say, God, why? As in, we strongly believe this is a country in our hearts, but what are we going to do here? And it was a mystery for years until clarity came a few years ago. So we are here on an assignment, much more beyond living comfortably and a better place to express our passions and our giftings. It is first of all because of the assignment. That's why we're here.
Amen. That's awesome. I love that. We're here because of the assignment. And I really believe that a lot of us, as we go out there to the different places and to the different countries, I believe that we should have a sense of purpose. There should be something driving us. Otherwise, people can just get there and settle down, settle for the status quo and just be there, just being driven and tossed around by the wind. But I believe that would not be your portion. So even if you never had a purpose, now that you're listening to us, you can actually have one. You can ask God, what would you have me do in this place? And I tell you, he will always respond. He will always put you on the right path. So thank you so much for mentioning that. Let's go right into the topic of today. Okay, so we want to talk about what I wish I did not pack.
Yes, ma'am.
Why did I say this? So in the last couple of months, as different people traveled and all of that, I noticed that, I'm having a chat with someone or I'm having a conversation with someone and they go like, oh my goodness, I wish I really didn't pack this. I wish I really didn't pack that. It took up so much space. So I wish that I packed this and I wish that I packed that. And it wasn't just one person. It wasn't just two people. It wasn't three people. I'm like, this is a serious matter. We have to deal with it. So that's why we are here tonight. She'll let us help them so that they will stop packing coolers. So we have to stop it right now so that we can, let's maximize that baggage allowance. Okay, so let me start with you. First of all, what experience of yours would you like to share about what you wish you didn't pack?
Okay, all right, so I'll start from my shoes. So for someone who likes to look good, I was generous because when I was leaving, I gave out a lot. I gave out a lot of shoes.
Wow.
And I was very generous, as in, because even the ones that I had special attachment with, I still let go of a lot of them, but I brought some 5 pairs of shoes. And if you know shoes for what they are, they take up space, as in they take up space in the bag. Yeah. Definitely. And it wasn't just for me. My husband who had this shoes. So we had a whole bag full of shoes. Men and brethren, let me surprise you. I've been here for like 6 months. The initial shocker came from me when I got to church for the first time and I realized everybody was on sneakers. Okay, I felt like maybe it wasn't a regular service. It was just part of the uniform. And then the second time, the third time, up until now, I've not worn my shoes. I haven't. And it's as in, so I'm beginning to look into the next 6 months to say, okay, so what will happen? I was like, fine shoes. Red, brown.
And this is summer. So if you even wanted to rock, it will be now. Because you can't wear your cocoa. You cannot wear your cocoa shoe for winter.
I can't. Yeah. And the point, this is like you said, this is summer, and it's not like I've not been going out like every other weekend. I'm even tired already because I'm like, I don't do outings like this. But people tell me if you don't go out now, you have the next, as in this, it's a cycle. You are not going out again up until next year, July. So meet people, go out, socialize, and you really want to meet people, right? So I've been going out every weekend, but we don't do shoes. They don't do shoes. I was out on Sunday to meet someone very, someone highly esteemed, a white guy and all that. I felt we had to make appearance, as in present ourselves well. But when I was struggling, I said, husband, let me wear shoes. He said, don't wear shoes. I said, but why would you go and wear sneakers? He said, she don't wear shoes. When I got there, they were on sneakers on a Sunday. They were on sneakers and shorts. I was all cagged up, as in I wore bling.
Oh my goodness.
I tried to stay in between.
I get you.
It pained me large. So please, all those things that we own, that we have attached, bless someone with it. Just give it out.
Yeah.
Well, if you can't give it out, sell it or do whatever you want, but don't bring it. It takes so much space. Nothing. So much space.
Wow. Yeah. So what else? What else?
Yeah. So shoes and books. Yeah. Books. Those books. Books are expensive. Yes. So usually we invest in a lot of hard copy. And then I brought a lot of books. We had a whole bag too for books, myself and my husband. And since we got here, yes, as everything is soft, as in soft copies for books, as you don't want to be carrying books around. And then the libraries are so well stocked, well equipped. My daughter was asking me yesterday about in Nigeria
with the most recent editions, for that matter.
very, I'm telling you, last month, as in a book as recent as last month's book, they will even send you a list to choose from to tell you that these books are housed. Yes, yes. So my daughter was asking me just yesterday, Mommy, but in Nigeria, we didn't used to read this much. You used to give us boring books. I said, sorry, we had to make do with what we had. As in, I had to choose from the limited options that I have, because you don't need all that space. So basically, I found that what's most important, the human needs, hierarchy of needs. What are the things that you need to survive?
Okay.
The essentials to survival. You want to say something?
So you want to. So for you, those were the two major things that you wish you didn't carry.
Yes, and then there's another thing. So being a baker, I'd invested so much in my tools. Yes, invested so much in my tools, and we know how tools are expensive in Nigeria. The air spray and all that. I even wanted to bring my mixer. God save me. As in, it was the Holy Spirit that saved me, because as in that mixer, I just bought it. I left March. I bought the mixer February. Color red mixer, 10 liters, fine mixer. I held it close to my heart. God save me, because power is different. The power outage is different from what we use in Nigeria. I brought my spray, bought my mixer, I brought my hand mixer, because I was ready to work, to say that, okay, if I get to Canada today and someone asks for a cake tomorrow, can I meet up? Would I be able to deliver? So I brought the basics, as in the things I could readily use without having to go to a store to start buying tools. I couldn't use them because the power outage is different. Number two, the fuse is different. The fuse. So we brought a laptop too that has a conventional socket fuse. Yes, we couldn't use it because it won't fit. As in, I wish I can show you a picture. It doesn't fit. It doesn't fit. So all those took up so much space. I remember my back aching me from the laptop because we had to stuff it all in our backpacks, traveling for hours and for days in all that stress, all to get and find out that it wasn't worth it. It was
now not useful.
No.
Can you imagine that? And then I remember you couldn't even power. You wanted to power it because you had stuff inside, and you really couldn't even access.
Yes, I couldn't access it. It took a while for us to now get an adapter. That, a multi-purpose adapter that would now work with it. But for those cake tools, the power surge, the voltage was not sufficient to power it effectively. The mixer was just going around and around. It was wasting time and not working effectively. It just a waste.
Wow, that's interesting. Yes, okay, so now before we talk about what we should bring, because we should help people with what they need to bring. So you said something. You said in February you bought that thing, and then by March you were ready to travel. So I think that suggests that once we have an idea that we're traveling, and it's like almost it's glaring to you, maybe like the visa is almost ready, blah blah blah. I guess in your case, I think it was a bit different. So, but for as many as understand or know that it will soon be their time to travel, I guess it's best that you really reduce how much you buy things, including clothing as well.
Yeah.
The ashoke and all of the ashoebi things, the traditional wares and all of that. So you could reduce it, because I think that it's painful for a lot of people who invest so much. I mean, the party goers here on this side of the world, they have a lot of laces, expensive laces. And so when they have to relocate, they're looking at those clothes and they're looking at 100,000. They're looking at 200,000. They're looking at 300,000, and they're like, really? I'm not giving them money.
No.
I'm taking them with me.
Yes, absolutely. I brought some to you.
My question is, where are you going to wear them to?
Nowhere. Nowhere.
Where are you going to wear them to? Because even that party that your friend would hold, maybe the one in a year, or the one party that will hold in 1 year, they may even have, they may even also have an ashwebi themselves that they would use. So what you think you have may not even be suitable for
out of
what
date.
they are wearing. Right there.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, Sean.
So to talk on that, I had an event last week. It was on Nigerian Association, as in Nigerians in BC. It was a very big one because everybody came from everywhere. It's an opportunity to just meet folks that are from home. And then, you know, and also an opportunity to wear our native attire. As in, so if you have the Ankaras, to come all colorful and say, we remember home, we wear our thing and all that. People came in shorts, as in, so what happens is that when we even have to wear our native outfits, we modify it to something comfortable. It's a lot about comfort here. Nobody, because people are riding bicycles and going with buses, going with trains, and even if it's your car, you don't want to be stuffed, you don't want to be choked, you don't want to, you know, not be able to breathe and be free. Everybody came in tops, you know, free tops and jackets and Ankara shorts and all that. So when you're trying to buy things to bring, you want to show yourself, show in a way that you'll be comfortable. Don't make agbada. Don't color. Don't do all that work.
and those things are expensive, Sean. Those things are expensive.
Yes. Yes. So do things that are, you know, if you can't wear this summer, you'll be able to wear. So your shorts, for example, your jackets, your tops, Ankara tops and all that, or lace dresses, make sure that there are things that don't so fashion, don't so vogue clothes. So things that you can always wear. Don't do rambuba. Don't do rambuba and all that. Yeah, except you're a grandma. And you just want to show that you're a grandma. Yeah, but if you're young, try to be careful with what you bring. Try to be careful.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, you don't kind of feel out of place or something.
Like my shoes.
I know.
I go back and be wearing sneakers. Yeah.
Okay, so now let's go to what people should bring.
Okay.
I guess this part should be like a lot useful for people. Okay, so talking about what people should not bring. Also, I think that it may not be necessary for people to bring in maybe things like, let me see, you already talked about textbooks, you know, but like textbooks, maybe like the professional textbooks, because the curriculum is not just the same.
It's different.
It's absolutely not just different. The same. So you're not going to find it, it's not going to be useful to you in any way. You know, I remember one of our people who traveled, she went to write her master's and she told me that she actually took a whole bag. I mean, she dropped a bag of food at the airport. That's another thing, So, you know, she didn't weigh. She didn't even really realize that she needed to wait. So she had gotten to the airport and it was weighed and it was, I mean, almost a whole bag she had to drop. Yes, I mean, and guess what? Because she was not prepared for it, she was a bit jittery and all of that. So they were telling her, well, this is too much and all that. So she just started bringing food out. And at the end of the day, it was her shoes and her books that came with her to the UK. And so she came in and it was during the lockdown. And so she came into the UK. I'm telling you, and then there was no food.
You feed on bread and potatoes.
I'm telling you what the school prepared for them for that week. You know, for the 2 weeks that she was there and all of that. It was just so funny. So she was like, oh my goodness, that she really didn't realize that, you know, it was a food she dropped instead of, and that the books were totally like useless.
The curriculum is different. Even for my kids, it's different because at the moment we are trying to prepare for the next session. So I brought them the curriculum for next session while on summer break, because there's nothing called lesson. I know summer lesson that we used to do in Nigeria. There's no place to take your child to say let's do summer lesson. So I've been having to groom them for the next session. The mathematics is different, as in although our children have the advantage of having expanded knowledge because we've stretched them and all that, so it helps them to do better. But it's different learners entirely. So when you bring our textbooks, you can't do maths the way you do maths in Nigeria. It's different. It's broken down. The teaching pattern is different. So leave all the books. Come with an open mind. And then what you've acquired would work for you. But you can't build on what you learned. It's different. They teach you in a different way. Yeah. So as for the books, it's not, it doesn't work that way.
That's awesome. Thank you, Sean. So
Yes.
let's go right into what we should bring.
Yeah.
I remember you started off the other time talking about the basic needs of life. So let's move from
Yeah.
there.
Number one is food. Number one is food. Having grown up in Africa, in Nigeria all your life, presumably, and you've acquired the Nigerian taste, especially for us in Nigeria, we are carb eaters, a lot of carbohydrates. So we do a lot of swallow. Even our beans is still carbohydrates. It's majorly carbohydrates than protein. Even our rice and all that, you've acquired that taste for native food, the draw soup, the vegetable, our stir fries are different. You come into the system, you want to come with your food. Not because there's no food here. Sometimes they say, Bodo abroad, food is cheap, food is plenty, food is everywhere. I agree, food is everywhere. But knowing fully well that you're bringing your naira to spend dollars.
For a while.
Before
you start earning the dollars.
Definitely, you would earn the dollars as in one way or the other. You will earn the dollars. But for the meantime, for landing, for adjusting, people still saying, what's happening? Can you hear me, ma?
I can hear very well, clearly, loud and clear.
So people still send me a message to say, how are you settling in? Because presumably, even though I've spent 6 months here, I'm still settling in. Getting to know the system. While you're settling in, you don't want to spend the naira you brought on dollars. So spend your naira to spend naira for naira. Use your naira to bring your food from home. And then so that while you're settling in, you have what it takes to survive, which is primarily food, especially because the food that we have here is not something that you're used to. You will still get to learn it. You still have to get to learn how to eat what they eat here. As much as I thought I loved veggies and all that, fruits and veggies, I've always loved it. It's still different.
Wow.
Because up onto our banana is different.
Wow, 1 second. Sorry, I think I need to power my phone. I need to power my phone. I just realized now that something is a bit wrong. Sean, please, can you take me off camera so I can deal with this quickly? Sorry, Sean. Sorry to my audience. I really apologize. Wow, I need to get that done right now. IBK. Wow.
Nobody should be under pressure when it comes to making a decision about the place to live. My emphasis is always about information, especially when a man is going with his entire family. You have to find out about the city, find out about the country, find out about so many things that are necessary to or essential, to the comfort of your family. My name is Tulu Aladesomi and this is Relocating right on YouTube. I want to encourage you to subscribe to this channel so that you can get notifications and all that information that you need. From time to time, you get the opportunity to ask questions, and then you also get the opportunity to have some of those little details that will be most helpful to you on this trip. Let's go on this journey. Nobody should be under pressure when it comes to making a decision about the place to live. My emphasis is always about information, especially when a man is going with his entire family. You have to find out about the city, find out about the country, find out about so many things that are necessary to or essential, to the comfort of your family. My name is Tulu Aladesomi and this is Relocating right on YouTube. I want to encourage you to subscribe to this channel so that you can get notifications and all that information that you need. From time to time, you get the opportunity to ask questions, and then you also get the opportunity to have some of those little details that will be most helpful to you on this trip. Let's go on this journey.
Okay.
Okay,
Sorry for
welcome
the
back.
break in transmission.
It's all right.
Okay, welcome, everybody. Sean, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, so
I'm
sorry
here.
about the break in
It's all right.
transmission.
You're welcome.
Okay,
Okay, so I was
so
talking about
yeah,
food. Yeah.
about food, right? Yes. Thank you. I'm
So
already seeing we have questions here for you already. So let's go.
okay, so come with
I
your
want you to
food.
finish your thoughts and then we'll
Yes,
ask the
come with
question.
your
Yeah.
food. Come with your food. You would have to learn how to eat here. Even the milk is different. The milk is it's not it's unprocessed milk. Yeah, let me put that way. It is
Okay.
fresh cow milk, not like the milk that we have where we're coming from. So you have to learn. They are not carb eaters. So the only carb you would find is probably potatoes. Yeah, just potatoes. Every other thing is processed, like bread, like the noodles, like the spag. So the natural food, yes, it's only apart from potatoes, I can't even tell of any other carb that we have in the store here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so if you're even our potatoes are different. The kind of potatoes we eat, the sweet potatoes that we love to eat, is different from the one they have here. I cooked it once and it was so I've not had potatoes since then. Yeah. And then if you now decide to shop food here, to go to the African store or African market to buy what you know how to eat, it is expensive.
Yeah, I know.
It is expensive. The first time I went there, I couldn't buy anything. I was frozen. My husband had to tell me, pick something. I said, I can't pick anything because it was like 3 weeks into our coming in. I wanted to buy palm oil because I came relatively loaded. We had 10 bags, 10 bags to pack. Like 9 of the bags were was for food. So I came really prepared, but there were some things I still didn't have. I didn't have palm oil. And we went there to buy just a 5-liter gallon of, this Bengal oil. It's everywhere in Oluyole, everywhere on the road, and it's easily accessible.
I know.
And I wanted to buy palm oil, and they told me to bring $45. And in my head, I did the Naira calculation of $45 because at that time, we're still spending Naira. I did it, and that's over 20K plus for palm oil. I said, no. I said, oil is not good for the body. I told my husband, I said, what's the benefit of palm oil? What are we using palm oil for? I'll cook without palm oil.
Oh my goodness.
Honestly, it was like that because 5,000, 4,005 as in on the road, you just pack, you will buy it, and now no way. So it's expensive. So while settling, you don't really want to spend all your money to eat. And like we said, food is basic. Everybody needs to eat.
Yeah.
So and you can't starve yourself to say that I can't eat this. So bring your food.
I know.
Especially if you have children, they like Golden Mon, they like cornflakes. Bring them.
Yeah. So somebody was asking. Yeah.
Okay.
Bingo, I can see you, Shaibu. Thank you for asking that question. He or she says, can we come with Golden Mon and cornflakes?
Oh yeah, come. So what you do is, before your Golden Mon finishes, you start buying their cereal. And then you start trying to adjust, so that you can acquire the taste before you run out of what you
before
have.
that, good. And then because by the time you run out of it, your children can throw serious tantrums and tell you they don't like it, they don't
want it and all that, which is a big deal here. You don't want children throwing tantrums because of food. It can lead to all sorts for you. So you want to come prepared. For the kids, come prepared. Come with their cereal, come with the milk is not allowed, milk is contraband. So there's nothing we can do about that. They will have to get used to that. Yes, milk is contraband.
Really? Milk is contraband?
Yes.
Even our powdered milk?
Oh, it is contraband. It's not allowed. Anything that can cause this chicken bird flu. I've forgotten the name now. So anything that is poultry related, they don't allow it.
Okay, it's not
and that's
allowed.
that's why they don't allow no chicken. Maggi made from poultry too is not allowed. They will allow you to bring the pure but they don't allow no chicken, any poultry related thing. Yes, but every other thing. And another thing you want to do while you're cooking your food is to check for the allowed food in each country. So if you're going to the UK, please go online. It's readily available. The kind of food that is allowed, that is legally, that you can travel with, legally permitted in each country. You're coming to Canada, make your findings. No liquids.
So you don't waste money.
Don't waste
buy
money.
those things and then you get to the airport and then they throw them out.
They throw them out and it stresses you. Because there's a thing about traveling and being in the right state of mind. When you've done all the packing, the hard work that comes with packing, and then you get to the airport, you've packed your bags, and then they start telling you to bring out this, and you're bringing out underwear, bringing out shoe, bringing out oil, bringing out, and you make a mess. By the time you enter the plane, you are fagged out, you are done. You don't want to do that. You want to make your traveling easy. So please find out the things that are allowed and stay with it. Stick to it.
Okay.
I was telling earlier that we got to a particular country. I forgot to check now, and we had dogs sniffing us, and it wasn't just us. So don't say because we were black. It was a waiting area. It was a waiting area. We had we were in transit. Had to wait for like 2-3 hours or something, and then we had patrol dogs sniffing our bags. And I had to ask them, what are they checking for? They said anything that's not allowed, that's not legal. So it's not just drugs now. As in, the dogs are trained to check for whatever you shouldn't be bringing on you. So how can I come back home because of palm oil? When they work, as in the village people, they will not see. I'd rather know it's palm oil. So you want to be sure, you want to please adhere to the instructions, adhere to the rules. Please do it right. Relocate right? Okay. So make sure you relocate right. Yes.
Relocate right, do it right. Okay, yeah,
yes,
that's awesome.
Do it right.
All right, so I was just thinking about that, the milk thing, I mean, because I know that there's some people who've not been able to adjust still to
I don't take it.
That kind of milk.
I can't take it.
I know they still buy the powdered needle because I think they
African
sell
store.
them
African
store.
And it's expensive.
So there's still some people who still they are still stuck on that powdered milk because they're like, what? I can't drink this one.
It's tasteless. It's pure cow milk, as in pure. Yeah. It has no sugar. It is just milk, watery. Yeah. So you can't mix it with water. It's not, the way we do milk, that we do milk and add water. This one, you just take the milk, warm it, put your spoon in it. Yeah. That's the way you can eat it. My kids have adjusted, they take it very well, but I am myself.
That's the awesome thing. In the family, is the children that adjust faster.
Yeah, I know, right?
Because we are adults, that acquired taste issue is it's a serious issue. But for children, they make it, in fact, and for that I'm really grateful.
It's a blessing. Yeah.
I mean, at least that takes out the stress on you, first of all, like, okay, these ones are fine, and they're well taken care of. Okay, so apart from the food, what else should we bring in?
Oh, this society is a DIY society. Do it yourself.
Okay.
So that idea of my clothes has a zipper issue. Please take it to the tailor at the junction. My shoe is something it needs to be polished.
These guys, these guys that move around. They won't move around.
Those
these Hausa guys.
Give it to them to shine my shoe for me.
All those things.
I need to wash my hair. My hair is dead. I need to wash my hair. Visit the salon. You can do a quick wash. You wash your hair. You wash your money. So you really have to. I was telling Mom earlier that we've been over pampered in Nigeria. For our society that is developing, we depend so much on help for a lot of things, and you don't get to know until you come here. So when you come in, please bring your needle and thread if you don't want to be changing clothes every other day. Bring your needle and thread because you'll have to, a little tear here, change the zipper here, fix a button here, just a little, those little crafts that we were taught in primary school. Secondary school, home economics that we never took serious. It will come in handy. So come with your, all of a sudden you remember your teacher in GS3. Yeah, so come in with your tools, your needle and thread. Come in with soft skills beyond the things that can make life easy for you. How to braid your little girl's hair, do cornrows. So I happen to know a little about hair making, not professional, but because I can still, do a little. So I make my girl's hair. For my hair, I have to call someone to come and make it for me some time ago. I told me to bring $150, and I'm still settling. At that time, okay, I'd not started making the dollars. I was still making Naira. So $150. So someone should please do the math for me and put it in the chat box. $150 in Naira. Naira is what today? 500. At that time, Naira was like 565, I think. $150. That's almost $100K. To do what? To braid. Braid how many? How much is my head? This Tobolo head. That's how I did braid.
Each strand is $1.
It's not bad. It's not God that knows the number of my hair. How can you charge me for a piece? So you want to come in with soft skills because you don't also want to be looking rude and start contemplating what should I do about this hair and all that. Even if you wear wigs, from time to time you will remove the wig in the house and all that. So please come up with soft skills. I'm not saying go and learn it by force, but start to try doing things for yourself. You buy an equipment at a store, you have to fix it yourself. You buy a bike rack, fix it yourself. Your window has an issue, fix it yourself. Your zinc, your plumbing issues, before they come to fix it, they'll tell you, try to fix it yourself. It's that serious. They'll tell you buy something. So we had a little plumbing issue, and then we called the landlord to say, okay, come and fix it. As in, can we call? She said, no, you don't have to do that. She said, go to the store, buy certain things, work the tools yourself. Otherwise, pay otherwise pay $80 per hour for a handyman to come and fix it. And they have a way of doing it. When they come, they won't leave. They'll be looking for the issue. They will stay there. They will stay there, and they are white. You can't force them.
Sure, that's the reason those guys are making serious crazy money. I hear plumbers are
and
like the wealthiest.
Seriously, we had a problem with the washer, a sock stuck in the washer. I didn't know, so we called the handyman. The guy spent 3 hours, $80 per hour trying to fix it, looking for the fault. Nice. He even walked me because we had to lift the dryer down before we could get access to the washer, and then eventually he didn't fix the problem. He didn't find the solution. He didn't fix it. We wasted time, wasted my time, my money. I still had to pay him. And eventually found out that all we had to do was, as in we only had to look into the washer. It was a socks, as in socks that stuck.
That was stuck in there.
We paid for ignorance. So the ability to be able to probe a little before you call someone, it will call, as not to say something is faulty, call someone. Something is faulty, call the mechanic, call the plumber, call engineer. If you are calling, you will soon, all your money will just be used to call people. Yeah, because virtually everything. So learn to use your hands a bit, come with soft skills. That will also go a long way for you.
Wow, that's awesome. So you said something about the food. What about clothes?
Yeah,
yes. I know we've spoken about our traditional wears and how unnecessary a lot of them can be. But then, what kind of clothing? Knowing that, okay, so for instance, for children, you were telling me that you made clothes for your children and they can't even wear it now. They outgrown it.
Yes, that's very. So I was talking about the basic needs of man, and I said food first. Clothing is also quite important. Nobody wants to go around uncovered. So while coming, I wanted them to have a bit of African outfits. So I made a lot of Ankara shorts, Ankara jackets, Ankara this, Ankara that, forgetting the fact that I had good. And I tried. I told the tailors to make 2 inches, as in to give room for a bit of making it wider when I get it. But even I forgot the heights. So I forgot that the people don't just grow by size like that. They also grow in heights. So even though I could loosen it to the side, I couldn't, there was nothing I could do about the height difference. So all those clothings, we can't wear them at the moment. And that included, I also brought some lace, dry lace, silicone lace, some lace with scalloping, lace with anche. Those are correct, as you say that we are Nigerians, when we appeared, we just came back from Nigeria. Everything is house. But at the same time, I also came in with a mindset that clothing is cheaper here. Not to come with so much. Yes.
Balance. Okay.
You need to balance it. So we brought just about Oluwaseun virtually brought just about 3 days clothing, as it was that serious. Because
because you felt okay. When we come, we just get clothes.
We'll get clothing. Yeah, clothing is cheap, food is expensive, clothing is cheap. In Canada, I don't know about this is subject to it's so highly subjective. But I learned in the US, clothing is kind of cheaper than it is in Canada. In Canada, when we came, we went for a lot of clearance sales and all that to say, okay, what can we get just to, add up to our wardrobe for daily wear? Even though it was clearance and it was on sales, the minimum was still like $10. And not to forget that we came in with Naira.
We're still spending Naira.
We are still spending Naira. So calculate
maybe the balance should have been, I could have brought some of their clothes to settle down first.
Yes, because we got a lot of clothes. They still had good clothes. It's not as if they didn't have. But to say that just make room for food, no clothes. So you want to make sure there's a balance. At least have like 2 weeks worth of clothing that you can wear. Because I know that oftentimes we hear that the weather is different. When you come here, it's cold. You can't wear this kind of clothing. But even in winter, when you have your winter jacket, underneath your winter jacket, you still have something under. It's not like you don't wear anything under your winter jackets. Most times when you walk into rooms, you walk into a public space, there are heaters on. The heater is on, the room is warm. It's not cold inside. So you can't be the only one that will now, as well as they have hanger racks for your winter jackets. So you're not expected to still, be the only one cagged up when it's not cold inside. At that moment, you are removing your jacket. So will you be wearing the same thing every day? You can wear the same thing every day. As in this part of the world, nobody cares what you wear. But you have to wash it at some time.
Just to keep clean.
Yeah, for hygiene purpose, you still have to. So come with enough clothes up until the time you're settling very well, where you can now start shopping or you start making the dollars to spend dollars. I'm so emphatic on spending Naira on dollars because I know what the exchange rate is like. If someone is coming from Canada to Nigeria, the person is not concerned about the exchange rate because as you bring $100, you come home, you are flying, you look like a big person because it's a lot of Naira. But when you are bringing Naira to spend dollars, you feel like you're cheated. You feel like so much money for little.
Hello, Sean.
Yes, Ma, I can hear you.
Oh, okay, yeah. We lost you for a second, but please go ahead.
Okay, so I said I'm a bit emphatic on how you spend. I said that if you're coming, can you hear me, Ma? Because I can't seem to hear you.
Oh.
Can you hear me, Ma?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, so I was saying that coming from Canada to Nigeria, you're bringing dollars to spend Naira. It gives you higher bargaining power because it increases your yes. But when you're bringing Naira to spend dollars, you feel cheated because it is so much for so little. So up until the time you start earning the dollars to spend dollars, you want to be careful of how you spend and what you spend on. So bring your clothes. You eventually you buy your winter jackets. As a matter of fact, let me make you laugh, Ma. So I have a brother in church who just traveled home. He went to Nigeria last month to spend like 2-3 weeks. And he came back and he had better, was just dressing up and wearing blazers and going. And I'm like, Kevin, what's happening? As in like, you're looking different. He said, that he found out that clothing was cheaper in Nigeria. That his guys took him to shop and he just realized that if it was Canada, he was to buy this kind of blazer, I would have spent maybe like $50 or $80 or $120. But he found them cheaper in Nigeria. So he shopped in Nigeria, got the best, and then came to Canada with it.
Wow.
Yeah, that was because it's summer, and he has been looking, we know he's been looking very outstanding. So what we still have quality at home, don't let anybody just tell you that there's no quality.
It's just the financial ability or the financial power.
Yes, we have quality at home. So if possible, come with your clothing. Balance it. Clothing, food, and then what else will I say? Maybe your supplies, whatever it is that you depend on for immediate use.
Yeah.
Yes. Your hair, attachments, expression. Expression, which is expression in our home. Expression is, I think it's like 1,000 Naira now. I don't know how much expression is.
I think so. Can't remember, but something like that.
1,000 thereabouts. You buy expression here, you buy expression for like $50.
Wow.
Yes, and I'm not talking about, I'm not joking, ma. I'm not talking about the big one. No. The one I have here is what I brought from home. So I have the long one, the 50 inches expression. I'm talking about those small ones. Yeah. So I was lucky because I have girls, so I came with a bag. I came with a big bag of hair. So we've been enjoying ourselves, as in we've been feeling fly because and you want to do that because it's a lot. I mean, how many will you buy? So number one, you're spending $150 to make the hair. Number two, you're buying attachments for that much. It's a lot. So please, whatever supplies you depend on. I didn't come with hair cream. Our hair is different. Okay. Let me mention that. Thank God for the hair thing. Our hair is different from what the kind of hair they have here. So that also talks about the treatment of the hair is different. So I didn't come with hair cream at all. I came with shea butter because I felt shea butter is essential for, everybody should have shea butter at home. You might need it.
Okay.
Yeah, so I came with shea butter. I can't use shea butter to moisturize my hair because it's dry. So I had to go to African store to get Blue Magic hair cream.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. Blue Magic hair cream.
Yes, I remember. That's what we.
I had to go to African store to buy the Blue Magic hair cream. The air conditioner is different. I had to go to the African store to get Blue Magic hair conditioner, the leave-in air conditioner, because I didn't come with that because I felt we see it on YouTube all the time, hair produce, but it's not the same. It's not the same. Our hair is kinky. Their hair is fine by nature. Relaxer, if your hair is palmed, you will have to go to African store to buy the relaxer. Now, eventually, you would have to buy all those things here if you're staying here, since you're not visiting.
But it's just that transition.
That transition to make your life easy in the first 6 months at least, so that you're not thinking, you're not racking your brain on what is not important. Just so you should buy a dozen. We are a family of 5, so I have to come with a lot. So if you're just one person, buy what you need. You should know what you will need to help you be well.
Femi Emmanuel is saying, as a student getting an admission, what should I go with?
Okay, presumably that admission doesn't come with accommodation. In most cases, you have to sort out your accommodation yourself.
A lot of times.
Yeah, a lot of times. So number one, do your food. If you're in the a practice, for example, if you're a doctor, I know that it's general practice in most cases when it's a professional course, whatever is essential to your learning. So as much as I've said no textbooks, if there are textbooks that are essential to your learning, please go with your materials to help you settle in well, and then go with your clothing, go with enough cash allowance that you can afford. But that's basically all that you can, every other thing. And then if you can do your barbing yourself, it will come in very handy for you. So as a guy, yes, if you can do your barbing yourself, if you can learn a thing or two about using a clipper in the minimum, it will come in very handy. So what it takes to take care of yourself, since you don't have any other person you're caring for but yourself, please go with it and you'll be fine.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. I did talk about moisturizers too. Don't go with your body soap and body cream.
You did just say that. You actually did say that you bought the safeguard. All those things that your children
bought it.
But those things, they dry out your skin. So, and I realized that abroad that there's something about that environment that kind of dries out our skin, as in the black skin.
Yes.
So we need to get extra moisturizers, for like. So whatever you use, if you're using soap, if you're using body wash, whatever it is, it has to have a moisturizer in it.
It has to have moisture. It has to have moisture. I had to trash all the soap. Not trash it. I still have it at home. Trash it. And then I was reacting to it. I was breaking out because my skin was drying out. I had a lot of pimples. My skin began to wrinkle. My children were white as snow. It was really what was happening? So we had to, because they don't use bar soaps too, because bar soap has a lot of caustic soda. Most of the soap here is in liquid form.
Yeah.
Yes, it's in liquid. They use body wash because body wash leaves some moisture on your skin. Yes, on you. So leave all the soap. As even if you've been using it since you were born. Some of us have those kind of soap that we've been using since we were born. Yes, and our skin is
imperial leather.
No. Just leave it, you'll be fine. So there are some things you can't afford, you will have to get. Those are essentials to help you adjust, but there are some things you don't have to spend so much on.
Okay, thank you so much, Oluwaseun. So like by when should a person start like packing their things so that it gives them the chance to even remember the things that they need? I think the first thing to do, first of all, is to actually write what you need, right?
I was going to say that you need a list. Don't assume you have everything in your head.
All right.
Number one, to avoid stress. Number two, to allocate costs, to know how much you're spending. Number three,
I know you're very big on budgets. My money.
To allocate
and it's good. It's awesome. Yeah.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
Number three, to ease yourself and ease the stress of traveling. So you don't want to be going to a lawyer every other week when you remember something. As in, why risk your life and waste your time? Going to the market every now, you remember something, or late minute transactions. You are traveling in the evening, you quickly go to the market in the morning, and you are running helter-skelter up and down. Eventually, you will miss some things. Eventually, you focus so much more on some things more than the other. You buy too much of gari and buy little beans. So write in portions. So 3 Congos of gari, 2 Congos of beans. Rice, you might don't bring rice. There's rice here, although it's not so much in the kind of rice that we eat is not so much in. You'd have to search it out, but eventually you'll find it. They eat more basmati, rice here, not our own
Which isn't bad anyway.
Which is, but not everybody has. My children don't like basmati. I've tried to cook it in several ways.
I remember even mine too don't. Thank you. I just remembered now.
They like our own rice. So Asians eat our kind of rice, long grain rice. It is either more difficult to cook, but eventually find a way to cook, find a way around cooking it. So don't do rice. The things you need is beans, ball, and gari, except for the gari soakers. Those that kind of afford to the gari. So those are the kind of things you want to bring. If you like pounded yam, you want to bring your poundo. There's no poundo here. It's African store and it's very expensive. Bring your poundo and then bring your, not your spices. You'll find spices here eventually, although their spices are different. So you won't see curry.
Yeah, that's what I noticed.
Yeah, you won't see curry, you won't see thyme. They don't use Maggi. You won't find seasoning cubes and all that. You will see salt. So you might want to bring that because of the acquired taste. Eventually you would blend and eventually you'll find the places where you will be able to get the curry and the thyme and all those things you need. So you want to do that. And then also you want to weigh your baggage. Weigh your baggage. Don't stress yourself. Don't assume that the bag. Okay, you were asking me that when should you start packing? As soon as you have your visa or as soon as you've submitted and you know that it should get into use. So for us, we started packing like a month before when our passports were requested for. The moment they requested for our passports,
then you know that it's time to go.
You know it's time to go.
And then for the UK, in fact, the moment you get your admission, the moment they are also
it's predictable.
Even give you the sign.
Medicals.
Mostly for UK, I'm not sure they denied anybody visa into the UK, especially if you're going to school.
In recent times.
In recent times. So I think that since you already know you're on your way out, it's a good time to also start planning.
So that was when we started. So the moment that happened, we had our boxes open in the house. We had a room for boxes.
Okay.
So we started separating what was needed from what. So our clothing, we started removing clothes from the wardrobe. And every kind of clothes that can enter Canada, it enters the box. The kind of clothes that cannot enter, those were the things we were wearing while we were still home and all that. Yeah. So we started sorting laundry, sorting food, knowing the things to give out, knowing what to buy. And then I didn't have to go to the market 3 times. I went to the market. I went to Bere OJ once. I went to Ojaba once. I went to Aleshinoye maybe twice. I went to Aleshinoye. So I did my shopping once in bulks like that because the stress I couldn't afford the stress. And then when you're stressed, you tend to be cranky. And it's a good thing that you're planning for. You don't want to enter the country with so much of, aggression on you. So plan that. And then number 3, weigh your things. I said that before, but I'll say it again because I've often gotten to the airport and I'll see people and it's messy, it's embarrassing, it's stressful. And then like Mommy said when we started, you now start removing things that you shouldn't have removed as against some things that you should not take. So when you get to the airport, pack your things, make sure it is weighed, take it to the nearest filling station, the nearest gas station, if possible. They have this scale. So if you can't bring it home, because don't use body scale. There's this body scale that we do this kind of
people
scale.
Do that.
Don't do bathroom scale. Yes. No, don't do bathroom scale. It won't be accurate because the bag won't sit on it appropriately. There will be excesses by the sides, and those will account for extra luggage when you get to the airport. Go to your nearest gas station where they have a gas skid. That would give you that kind of scale will give you an appropriate a measurement. Yeah, appropriate scale.
And then they sell them.
They hand
held. Though I don't know where, but I'm sure Conga now. I mean, these are the days of online shopping and all that. So you can actually get it online. But honestly, it will save you a whole lot. This thing that Jean is talking about. It's not funny at all.
So now, as extra forces, they will enter your matter. Those that used to pick from people at the airports, and they shouldn't have seen what you have in your bags. What are their names? They will now gather down your case. As in, this is contraband.
Like, remove this one.
And remove this, remove that one. You don't want to open your bags for any reason at all. So make sure everything is well packed and weighed. The moment you are removing one thing for the other, you draw attention to yourself. You start spending extras. You forget some things. You misplace some things. That's when you misplace your phone or drop your jacket and all that. Right. You don't want to be clumsy at that point. You want an ease of travel. You want an easy time out and all that. I don't know what I'm looking at the time too, so I don't want to overshoot my time.
Yes.
Yes, ma. So that's basically, I hope I'm not forgetting anything out at the moment. That's what I would say. So weigh your things, plan your shopping, plan.
Somebody's saying,
Yes.
can she bring yam and sweet potatoes?
Yeah, you can, but they are perishables. Yes. I'm not sure if yam and potato will survive the heat of
That's it.
traveling of the plane. Yes, because a lot of heat is generated at that bottom part compartment where they put our things.
So that you don't waste the space at the end of the day. Though I
Yes.
know people travel with it. I mean, I hear people travel with it, but I don't know.
In that case, they might have to put it maybe in their hand luggage that you will put in the plane compartments, not the ones that will go down. I'm not sure. I don't know how.
I'm not sure either. They may need to. Maybe this person needs to check.
You need to check on how to transport it
online. Yes.
On how to transport it.
But then would Canada even take yam? I think there's one country that does not take it.
Canada takes yam.
Okay, all right. Because I think the US does not take beans because of weevils.
Okay. Oh, Canada takes beans too.
So in fact, I understand that Canada takes almost anything.
Apart from snails and poultry produce, yes, Ontario can be very picky with those things. But apart from, I think snails, the snail has to be well dehydrated, well as oven dried, not slimy. Yes.
Oh.
Yes. If you are bringing locust beans, put it in bottles. Don't bring locust, iru. It's an essential for our cooking.
Oh, it's offensive. Yeah,
it's offensive. So put it in bottles and either bottles and all that. It's contained. I brought a lot of bottles. I brought like 10 bottles of that, and it contains the smell.
Wow.
As in the smell didn't leak out at all. As in it wasn't smelling at all. So put it in bottles and freeze the bottles. When you get here, you simply just cut open the bottles and put it in Ziplocs, and you'll be fine.
Okay, beautiful. Because I also know that people dry it out, as in totally dried.
Totally dry, but
that way the minimal.
You can do that.
So then they now put it inside. For those who have known for a while that they're traveling, so they dry out some of those things. They dry out the iru, dry out the F4, the ugu leaves.
Ugu leaves,
I did that for someone.
And all that.
And fish, so they can dry the fish out for a long time. And then
dry pomo will come in handy. So when you have fish and you have pomo and you have ugu, what else do you need to make a meal to feed on for the next few days? Bring your dry pepper, bring your dry crayfish and all that. So even if you are spending on anything, it's only probably rice that you'll be buying, and you watch your portion. No food waste. I tell my children, we've reduced our portions. Way back at home we had a dog that if we don't finish the food, the dog will eat it. There's no dog here. And if you want more, tell me you want more. If you want more, there's no even more. I cooked for your tummy. Go and drink water and eat banana. You can't waste my gari. You can't waste my beans. So no food waste. Food is essential. Oh my goodness. Yeah, food is essential. I was supposed to talk about boxes too. So I was saying initially that we pack our things in boxes. Proper suitcases that are good, are presentable. Only for us to realize that the boxes were weighing so much and taking so much room. So we had to put the box, as in, what are we forming for? Where are we going? We had to put the boxes aside and got proper travel Ghana must go, but not the kind of Ghana must go that rips apart. There's a particular one that is well threaded. I've forgotten the names now. It's not called Ghana must go, but you see it in the market. It's like we bought like for 2005 or something. We got 10 of it.
Because it's lighter and then it has more room.
And then when you get here, you won't be bothered about storage space.
Okay, fantastic. I like that.
You won't be bothered about space. You won't be wondering where to put it, under your bed or as in when you have so little space to use. Yes, you just stuff everything into each other and put it in one wardrobe.
Yeah, I love that. Thank you so much for remembering that, because I know sometimes some of these things can really be a nuisance at the end of the day.
And you're not using it again the moment you come in. You don't need it for anything.
So there's no point having them around.
Yes.
Wow, beautiful. Okay, so do I have any more questions here? I don't think so, because we need to go right now. Can you believe it? It's been one hour.
Yes,
talking about what I wish I didn't pack. Thank you so much, Oluwaseun. Thank you for sharing your experiences with us, and thank you so much for everyone who's been here. Thank you for Okay, thank you. Ibingo. Ibingo said thank you. Fumilola said thank you. Femi said thank you. Abisoye said thank you. Everyone, I can't mention all of the names, but let me just say thank you all for being a part of this program this evening. Where are you? Okay, all right. I hope we answered your questions. Yes, we did answer your questions. All right then. Okay, so guys, guess what? Next week, by the grace of God, there will be a follow-up to this one with Sheon Ademokun, and we're going to be talking about decluttering. Okay, so because that's a big deal, right, Sheon?
Yes, it is. What do I do with everything I've acquired?
I'm telling
Coolers,
you,
plates,
you've
as in we have
lived
plates
in
to feed.
this country for years, and you have
Honestly,
so many things,
so much.
starting from your sitting room, the
Ah,
settees, the TV, all the
yeah,
fridge.
the freezer, all the plates that you
So,
can use to feed Nigeria, that when
my
you have a
goodness.
party,
Then
cocoa
get into
ring,
the kitchen,
God,
the toaster,
the toaster,
the
blender,
microwave, the
microwave,
blender.
cutlery for
Oh,
nations.
oh my goodness. They're just, I mean, you're just like, Lord.
Even clothes, a lot of clothes, all the headgears and the caps and all that. What do we do with it?
Yeah, so don't worry. We're going to take that next week by the grace of God. And I'm bringing somebody who is actually even into that business and can take that burden off you. Actually, that's why I'm bringing her. So she'll be able to talk more about this. But right now, right here, can we say thank you to my guest tonight,
It's a
Pastor
pleasure,
Mr.
Ma.
Ademokun. Thank you so much, sweetie, for sharing your experience. So I look forward to having you again this time around. I know what you're going to talk about. I'm not going to tell them, but I know.
Okay,
I
I'm
know
at your
what's going to
service,
bless
Ma.
them. That you always, I mean, you do a good job at almost everything that I know, but I'll bring you back again and again and again and again. I know you'll be a blessing. All right, God bless you. Please,
Thank you, Ma.
love to Pastor Somi and to your
Okay.
adorables. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Yes,
God
Mom.
bless you. Have a
Thank
beautiful
you.
evening.
Bye.
And to bye, love you. And to all of my my audience tonight, I want to say thank you. If you have not subscribed, please go straight to right now and do that. Please subscribe. Let your notification buttons be on such that when there's a new video, you'll be able to watch and it will bless you. Okay. So next week, by the grace of God. Oh yeah. So Bingo, you said what time next week, please? So next week, Tuesday, again, we're going to have this decluttering session. But then this Friday, I'm bringing a guest who's coming to talk about the credit system. I don't want you to miss this one. It is very, very important. This Friday by 8 p.m. No. This Friday by 2 p.m. Nigerian time. 2 p.m. Nigerian time. Okay, so that's morning in the US. This my guest is from the US, but he's going to be talking about the credit system because for everyone who's traveling, you need to understand how the system works so that you can maximize that system. It's one system that if you understand it, in a short period of time, you'll be able to acquire your own properties. In a short period of time, you'll be able to do businesses and do greatly, and your finances, will be wonderful, will be amazing. Okay, but it starts with understanding it. And my guest understands that system so well enough that he's willing to share with us. He'll be here on Friday by the grace of God. So that's 2 p.m. Nigerian time, okay? 2 p.m. Nigerian time. Set your alarm, tell somebody about it. And then next week, Tuesday, as a follow-up to this one, we'll be having the decluttering session. That will be 8 p.m. by Tuesday, by the grace of God. I want to say thank you so much, everyone. Don't forget to tell somebody about relocating, right? A lot of people are traveling. Your friends have mentioned to you, your family members. Please don't let them go without being properly informed, okay? We're trying to help people to minimize their mistakes as much as possible, get them to be well informed and help them to make their decisions in time, help them to make proper plans in time, and help them to settle in to that country of their choice in record time by the grace of God. Okay, so thank you so much, everyone. God bless you and have a beautiful evening. Ibingo, you're saying, please, when is our next meeting? Yes, it's on Friday. On Friday, by the grace of God, by 2 p.m., I said Nigerian time. I'll be having my guest. And then next week, Tuesday, 8 p.m., this time, 8 p.m., by the grace of God, we'll be talking about decluttering. And I know this will really bless a lot of people who have family, who have children, who have a large family, or even who are newly married. Even if you're not married, I know that you have stuff in your home right now. And you're thinking, oh my goodness, what am I going to do with all these expensive things that I've acquired over time? So let's talk about it next week. All right, guys, take care and have a beautiful week ahead. Thank you for joining.
Nobody should be under pressure when it comes to making a decision about the place to live. My emphasis is always about information, especially when a man is going with his entire family. You have to find out about the city, find out about the country, find out about so many things that are necessary to or essential, to the comfort of your family. My name is Tulu Aladesomi and this is Relocating right on YouTube. I want to encourage you to subscribe to this channel so that you can get notifications and all that information that you need. From time to time, you get the opportunity to ask questions, and then you also get the opportunity to have some of those little details that will be most helpful to you on this trip. Let's go on this journey.